Annyeong sa inyo lahat. So in this video, I am going to share my 3-step process when it comes to editing short-form content for podcasts. So if you're into listening and watching podcasts like myself, this video is for you. And as a bonus, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm also going to teach you how to do LinkedIn outreach just by using your wall. So let's get started. So a general rule if you want to edit podcast videos is that you have to make sure the entire video comprises of mainly talking heads. That's it. Talking heads meaning you don't see any B-roll or complex transitions and graphics. This is so you can have more creative freedom to edit your short form videos. So here are some YouTube channels that I would recommend. You could go to Deep Dive with Ali Abdaal, Diary of a CEO. You also have the Iced Coffee Hour with Graham Stefan. We also have Colin and Samir. And actually, any NBA player podcasts that are popping out on YouTube, like JJ Redick, Paul George, Trae Young, who else? Matt Barnes, Stephen Jackson. You get the idea. So here's how I download the podcast. So what I usually do is just search for a popular show. Let's use Ali Abdaal's podcast as an example. And I already have a podcast in mind who I want to edit. Let's try Helen Tupper's, the one about careers, because actually this is one of the podcast episodes that actually resonated with me. So that's another tip for you guys. If you want to actually edit for someone, make sure that the topic that you're editing about is of interest to you, because you have a higher chance that your creativity will pop out rather than choosing something that you're not really interested in. So yeah, that's a helpful tip. Anyway, this one is from Helen Tupper. It's Squiggly Careers, where Ali interviews this expert. So this is how I download the podcast. So go to this URL bar over here, and right after the E here on YouTube, just put in Pi. And once you enter, you'll be taken to a website called Y2Mate, and you'll just wait for this podcast to convert and shit. So there we go. I would go with 720p, or you can go with 1080p. But for the purposes of this masterclass, let's just make it 720p so that you can download this fast. There we go. So another requirement that I look for whenever I explore podcasts is their YouTube description. If I see that there are plenty of timestamps that I could explore, there's a higher chance that I would extract a golden nugget from this podcast. So to make your editing process faster, what I usually do is go here, show transcript, and I would... Oh wow, we already have search here. That is so cool. So let's say you want to find something here that's related to strengths. I think the transcript can search. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Okay, this is a good soundbite. We're gonna get this.
How does one go about exploring these?
So let's take strengths for example, just for a moment. So if I'm thinking, okay, so I want to be known by my talents and not my talent.
I just copy paste this here so that when the time for me to edit comes, it will be easier for me to extract which timestamp. So we're just gonna get this part. Okay, it's about strengths. This part actually resonated with me, but we're gonna look at it later. So if you don't want to go through reading through transcripts, you could also use AI to speed up your process. So I would recommend using Wizard.ai or what else? Descript or even CapCut. I think they've recently released a feature where you can turn your long form content into short form content, but I haven't really tried it because it has like a limit of up to how many hours you can use the short form feature. And I'm on paid subscription, by the way, so there's also that. Okay guys, let's start. Fudge. I really need to upgrade my SSD because 128 gigs won't cut it. Anyway, we're gonna quickly edit this.
And openness leads to opportunity.
Okay, there we go. That's a good sound bit. We're gonna cut that. We're gonna delete this. Okay, we have more than 1 minute, but I think we can cut to this part over here. We can cut this. We missed 1 second.
Take strengths, for example. If I'm thinking, okay, so I want to be known by my talents and not my titles. It's a much kind of broader way of people thinking about their development.
So actually, guys, in part of my prepare step, rough cutting is actually part of step 1. This technically for me isn't editing yet, because what we're just trying to do here is extract valuable sound bites from this short clip. We're not really editing. This is more like rough cutting slash storyboarding, text storyboarding, which I will show to you later.
A few moments later.
I don't really edit, as in edit right away. So what we're gonna do is just put that thing here. Actually, I'm just make this hidden. And then I just write notes. I'm gonna listen to the whole this bit, and I'm gonna think of some elements to insert into some B-rolls and all that shit. So I'm just gonna time-lapse this part so you guys won't get bored. Just to recap, during the preparation step, this is where you listen to the podcast by taking down notes or extracting golden nuggets from the video transcript, either manually or through AI. Then you open your editor and do a pre-edit cleanup, meaning you try to make sure that the audio is cohesive and the cutting is already taken care of. You can also sneak in cropping the subject to fit into the portrait layout, since most video podcasts are in landscape. This is also the perfect time to place your video directions on certain timestamps of your clip, so that when you get to step 2, all you need to do is just implement. And trust me, it's gonna make your editing process smoother. Back to the video. And that ends my step 1. Part of my 3-step process, which is prepare. This is the preparation phase. And now we're gonna go to step 2, which is producing the video. So we're gonna go straight into editing. So this is now step 2, which is the producing part. So this is where the editing really goes in. So in my part 1, I placed already directions on what I wanna do. So here's like my general instruction on what I want to put here, and I want to put something here as well, and the rest is just subtitles. So luckily CapCut has this feature where we can just do auto captions over here and just wait for it to generate the captions, and then we clean up from here. Okay, let's just wait. There we go. Voila, we have the captions. Let's add some personality to, this captioning stuff. Let me just check from here. We need to put this up a bit. So step 2 is all about implementation, and in this step you shouldn't brainstorm as much since you already have everything laid out. So basically you should have an idea on what kind of effects, transitions, overlays, and B-rolls you want to put in based on the script or the video text labels that you've done in step 1. Back to the video. There we go. We're done in less than 30 minutes. That's a simple edit. And yeah, we can actually export this now. The next step is actually publishing. Just do 720p because people are just gonna watch it through their phones anyway. So don't see the point in making it super duper high quality at this point. So anyway, it's time to publish this.
If I'm thinking, okay, so I want to be known by my talents and not my titles. It's a much kind of broader way of people thinking about their development. And so, I don't know, what is one of the talents you want to be known for? Is you use that strength in.
Okay, I'm gonna re-export this because there's something here. I did not see this. That part, we need to fix that. See, it's part of the job, guys. You need to be a bit like critical with these things. There we go. Okay, let's re-export that. And the next thing that I'm gonna teach you is how to actually promote this to LinkedIn. And the sole reason why I actually chose this particular guest, because she has a LinkedIn. That's basically it. Before you pick a podcast guest that you want to edit videos in, you have to make sure that at least she's supposed to be on LinkedIn. So apparently she is. Look at this. She is on LinkedIn. See? She is on LinkedIn. And what we're gonna do, if we wanna get noticed, we go here. Yeah, that's my real name, okay? I feel doxed, but I don't care. We're gonna start a post here. And then we're just gonna upload this podcast reel. And then we write some copy over here. I would consult ChatGPT, but I don't like to. I rather just type it with my own words. So give me a bit of time to think of what I'm gonna write. What am I going to say about this? And then yeah, you have to tag her. So you can tag her. I don't know. Does Ali Abdaal have LinkedIn? I'm not sure. Worth trying though. There we go. Oh, he has. Wait, why does he have to wait? Whoa, wait. I just saw two Ali Abdaals. Wait, I am confused. Let's see. Ali Abdaal. Oh, there we go. I guess this is the one. I'm guessing this is him. Okay. Okay, so while this one's exporting, I'm gonna think of a copy. Hey, yeah, video editing related. Sometimes. That's fast. That's fast copy. That's the fastest copy that I've ever written. But I have to like reread it and like edit this stuff. Sometimes the simplest edits are early enough to absorb the message of the content. Of the content that you're trying to present. Oh, the content. See? This is how I do it. Stop that. That's wrong grammar. Looking for interesting. Oh, fuck! I pressed on back. No! Sayang yung copy ko. Fuck. Okay, good thing I recorded this. I just copy paste. See, I don't use ChatGPT for making my copy, okay? I want it to be personal. Because if we're gonna rely on AI, then we're just being lazy. If it doesn't resonate, then just try again. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Can I schedule for later? So this is also one of my strategies. So time right now is 1:36 p.m. That's like, what time is that in the UK? It's like early morning. No one opens LinkedIn at early morning. So the target of this post is for probably people living in the UK and probably also people living in the US. So this is how I usually do it, guys. And you just schedule this for 5 p.m. I find 5 p.m. to be the sweet spot. And we can schedule this and we're done. We are done for today. And why am I actually sharing on LinkedIn? Because 3 weeks ago, as of this recording, I actually got to work with interesting people. And one of them is actually you guessed it, the marketing director of Diary of a CEO. So I'm gonna show you guys what I posted. Here we go. This is the first post that I did before my birthday. I just wrote some simple copy. I wasn't expecting that this was gonna get picked up. And look who commented. Look who actually commented on the post. Damn, like, yeah. So here's a bonus for you guys. I am going to quickly explain how the LinkedIn algorithm works based on my observations. So let's say this is my post. Let's say I posted something here. And the person, let's call this person Sam. Let's say I tagged Sam into this post. So what happens here is Sam either reacts or comments to my post. He writes a comment here. And then, if we're gonna draw, and then his network is gonna actually notice that he commented. So what's gonna happen is whatever he placed here. So over here, what you're gonna see here, let's call this Sam's network. So his network is going to get notified unconsciously. So let's say these are the phone screens of Sam's network, and then while they're scrolling, they will see something like Sam commented on Oppa post, something like that. So this is my post. So that's what's happening with LinkedIn right now. So I'm kind of taking advantage of the algorithm's behavior. So the next time you post on LinkedIn, post something of value. That's it. Give value for free. See if anyone resonated with your message, and there is a high chance that they will actually reach out to you. I'm still processing this, by the way. It's been 3 weeks. I'm still processing everything that's happened. And you've probably seen some of my edits now circulating on socials of other people, including Stephen Bartlett's. So yeah, it's a nice experience, and I hope to get to work with more of you guys, because as Helen Tupper would say, this is what energizes me, creating content for other people. And on that note, I guess that ends our Quickie Masterclass. I hope you learned a lot from this video. Let me know in the comments, like and share this video, what else. And if you want me to cover something, let me know also in the comments below. And again, this has been the Fake Opalek, and I'll see you on the next ones. Paalam sa inyong lahat.
If I'm thinking, okay, so I want to be known by my talents and not my titles. It's a much kind of broader way of people thinking about their development. And so, I don't know, what is one of the talents you want to be known for?
I don't know, let's say songwriting.
Okay, songwriting.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Potentially.
Great.
It's not a talent yet, but I would like it to be.
Okay,
become
brilliant. So we want to try and stretch that strength as much as possible. The more people and places you use that strength in, the better it's going to become. So we might start thinking about, in your day job today, how can you do more songwriting? Maybe you could write the intro music for your podcast. That would be a sort of a very relevant way of stretching that strength. I really like people to stretch their strengths within their organisations as far as possible, because the more people within your organisation that can see your strengths, the more they will spot opportunities for you. But we want it in and outside of the organisation, different people, different places, because the way of thinking about it, I think, is frequency builds competency. More you use it, better you're going to get. And openness leads to opportunity.